good evening, well, good afternoon, depending on what time you're watching it. Now, I did pay attention to the comment section. There's so much that I need to do, but your boy is so behind, I'm just like, I don't even know where to start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this mic on and we're gonna have some low tier. You know what? This is low tier dialogue, but on this one, this is one of them 50-50 times. You know how there'll be them weird times when he be saying stuff that makes sense versus more making sense than crazy? We're gonna have one of those today. Let's go ahead and get it started.
When the Jake Paul fight got rescheduled, he had 8 blood transfusions, lost half his blood, lost 25 pounds in a hospital.
And then he was tripping on Mike Tyson for the reschedule. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he was like that he was causing issues because he had promised this fight and all that. Man, this man over here, he about to be out of there.
Yeah, exactly. We were watching it. He got shouted out by Dana White at Trump's celebration. Yes, I've seen that. I don't know. How do you even have the passion for streaming anymore when you've like reached those lengths of being like to the point where you have a direct connection to the president of the United States?
Shoot, it's a love of the grind. Some people just do it because they like to do it. Like, you ever seen them little stores, them little corner stores, and they be there 20, 30, 40 something years? Same thing as Asman. He's like, if I'm capable of streaming for the next 30 to 50 years, I'm gonna still do it. It don't matter. It's because it's in you. If it's truly what you want to do, you gonna do it. It's just what you like to do versus something else. And to be honest, it don't get much bigger than that. When you got direct influence and you having a back and forth with Elon Musk over the gaming, I think it was the Path of Exile, when you having a conversation about did you really get this level with one of the people who are in the administrative office and all that and own the platform. It's like you wake your ass up tomorrow and do the same thing like nothing changed. What happens is a lot of people get caught up in their egos when they do these things, and that's when they lose themselves. But if you truly doing what you like to do, it doesn't matter who you meet, it doesn't matter what you do. Same thing with Corey Kenshin. If he wake up one day and like, I just don't feel like doing it, he just doesn't do it, and he just comes back when he feels like it. It's that simple.
Like, at this point, I'm 8 and I'm on some Dave Portnoy. Like, I probably ain't streaming again. You feel me? Like, I'm just on to some different.
Now, that's one thing I give him. He is kind of right about that, where if there's anything that you generally actually want to do, that you can branch off and do it. Because when you got the money like that, if you want to make a video game, whatever it is, because me personally, if I had aided money or just stupid money, I would be making my own games. I'd be out getting devs, the best of the best devs, and doing what I wanted to do. Now, when I start posting, no, like I'm gonna go get it. That's what I do because I like to post. Same thing with Aiden. He likes to stream. So if it's something that you like to do, you're gonna do it. It ain't even just about the money or even what you've accomplished, because once you've accomplished something or you feel like you've maxed out, there's always something else you can do. Now, in your mind, you may feel as if there's nothing bigger you can do, but that ain't always what life is about, because at the end of the day, like I said before, shout out to TLC, you're chasing waterfalls. Like, what you gotta do just gotta bring peace within you, and everybody got a different peace. You know what I'm saying?
Stream why? So it says Jake Paul's recent boxing opponent's current age is beating retired NBA player Nate Robinson at 40. Some years ago, did it. Beat and retired MMA fighter Ben Askren, 40. Beat retired MMA fighter Tyron Woodley, 42. Beat retired MMA fighter Anderson Silva, 49. Lost to boxer Tommy Fury, 25. Beat semi-retired MMA fighter Nate Diaz.
So let me get this straight. The only person he lost to was a person his age or near his age. That's crazy. But yet fighting everybody in their late 30s and 40s and 50s. That's wild.
39. Beat semi-retired Mike Tyson, 58. Hold on, what was that black nigga that he beat? They left somebody out. It was that NPC black guy he fought. I didn't watch that fight. Yeah, it was some random black. Yeah, Nate was his first, like, one of his first real boxing fights with no headgear. I mean, at this point, I don't think I'll be watching a Jake Paul fight again unless we get a real actual boxer that has somewhat of a decorated career, a known name. Like, if, let's just say if he's fighting like Caleb Plant or like some, you know, somebody real, like, you know, Ngannou.
Well, that's because Jake Paul's not a real boxer, and as we could see, the one who was closer to his age, he lost to. Jake Paul ain't getting in the ring for no real fights. He ain't trying to have no real fights. We already know what's gonna happen in a real fight with a real boxer. Even the most lowest tier of boxers will knock him out. Like even the most lowest rank will beat him up. It's like it's no question asked. Like, yeah, it's cool. You got the training, the endurance. That's cool. But as far as boxing somebody who's known in the boxing world, is something completely different from boxing people who are near retirement or 15, 20 years older than you, or they from the NBA. That's not the same. Like those are not even in the same realm of being the same field. Like his matches are nothing more than a parlay. Like all his matches are a parlay. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go ahead and move forward and go on to the next segment.
Be a little, standoffish or, well, okay, we're filming here, move right along.
And if you're wondering what this is referring to, of course, the links are always in the description. This isn't an interview, and when it comes to interviews, I do tread lightly with, how much I put there. Just put enough to put in context. Now, what he's referring to is Pac, how he was on set and everything else, and how he dealt with people from the community and with his authenticity, and why he was loved so much and why people had so much love for him is because no matter what, no matter who you were, he still treated his community like his community, and he didn't let outsiders come in and change how he acted.
Pac, like, hold up, wait. Come here, you all right? Come here, little man. What you trying to see these cameras?
And also, as far as that goes, is it unprofessional? Yeah. Is that the best way to handle business? No. But at the same time, they're not paying everybody there, nor are they paying homage to where they're shooting those things at. So if they need to shift around and respect the culture, that's no different from when you come into their house having to respect their culture. If they say, I don't want this around where I'm at, that's cool. Well, this is where you shooting at, and this is where you about to make your money at. So you need to respect where you at. And if it's inconvenient to you, well, then stop milking something of a community you don't belong in. And what you could do, to fix that situation, you could let them know, like, hey, we can always hold like a party after. We could throw a party for the, the neighborhood or whatever, have some fun, but let's go ahead and, get the business out the way because we got to pay all these people. And then we could, have a little party afterwards. That's the best way to handle it. And then, anything else, let's just take care of this part first because we are on the clock. That's a good way to handle it. And I like to approach it from both ways, because on one end, yes, it is business, but there's also a cost to doing business. So if say for example, you go somewhere where it's more prestigious and they move a certain way, you're going to have to move how they move. It just is what it is, and it's going to be inconvenient for you. It won't be pleasant for you. You're going to have to deal with the banter, the conversation you don't like. You're going to have to talk to people you don't like, go to these parties with people you don't like. You see what I'm saying? So both ways, you have to deal with that. But sometimes people get the misconception that they don't have to deal with that the other way. They feel like you should have to deal with that on their side, but not the other way. And I'm saying this both ways. So I'm not just saying this for the hood side or just for the suburb or rich side, whatever. I'm saying it both ways, because it doesn't matter which side is the opposite side. Both people feel as if you need to pay them extra homage or extra respect for them to accept what you got going on their time. And both people disrespect both people's time off of their own convenience. And this is what I say. If somebody were to have him go somewhere for a meeting and waste his time, have him sitting around, have him not automatically making moves, doing what he's trying to do right away, he'd have a problem with that. You get what I'm saying? Because you need them for whatever money you're trying to make. But what people think in their mind, it's all good as long as I'm not the one affected. Does that make sense? So again, I'm the middle guy. I'm the voice of reason. So it's like, I get where you're coming from, but I also get where they're coming from. And in my opinion, professionalism is always best. It's like, I get what you're saying. And then you got to make a decision, and you got to make a choice. Either you're going to be the city boy, no pun intended, not that kind of city boy. Either you're going to be the city boy or the street person, or you're going to be the business person. But there's no way to be both, because when you handle business, you got to handle business a certain type of way. And sometimes professionalism can be seen as cold, rough, or harsh, but when it's on your dollar and it's costing you money, you would have a problem with it. But when it doesn't cost you the money, it's all good. Hence socialism. Now, let's discuss when this happened to Pac, right? When he would go in the studio with Dre, he had a huge complaint that Dre was always playing around, doing what he was doing and never handling business, wasting his time. This is what he said. Well, the culture of Dre and how Dre moves, it may not be conducive to you coming in there, boom, 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 handling business. You see what I'm saying? So it became a conflict and an issue to where you even went as far as to diss him or have that in a diss when you dissed him about him not handling business. But on the other end, you're interrupting a set where they're shooting a movie, paying all these people. And I'm here to say this, like, I'm not here to, talk down on his name or speak ill about the man. But what I'm here to say is untouchables, they need to be held accountable as well. Because it comes a point in time because who you are, people can say nothing about you, or people can't say that you do wrong or you can't do wrong. You get what I'm saying? But what I like to do is just give a perspective to say, I see where you're coming from as far as the love out here. But you need to understand is you're not coming out of your pocket paying all these people. You get it? So there's two sides of this coin. And I think once people have a general understanding of both sides, a whole lot will be better. But hey, that's in a perfect world. And that's not how things work. But let's go ahead and move forward.
And his attitude, like, no, now, PA, you gotta fucking wait.
And again, like I say, I completely understand where you're coming from. But when we put it into this perspective of this, let's say if there's always a new kid, if there's always a new single mom, if there's always a new person on the corner that need $5, you're never going to get your work done. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we showed up here for. This is not what we met for. We meant to get a job done. We didn't meet for this. Okay, we didn't pay all this money to do this right now. You can do this as soon as this is done, but not right now.
Come here, little man. Now you get out the way.
And what happens when that keeps happening? Because people don't understand limits. Because people gonna keep doing it. Oh snap, we can go over there and kick it with them. And then what happens when you just have a whole bunch of people on set and then nothing ever gets done? Are you gonna be the one to pay that? It's like, okay, cool, but are you going to pay that? Are you gonna pay it when you don't meet that deadline? Are you gonna pay those investors when they're waiting on their money?
You know what I'm saying? That's his attitude, because it's like, y'all ain't from here. Majority of the people that's working on the set, they ain't from here.
Yes, they are not from there. But once you agree to do a job, you sign a contract, or you say you're going to produce something or produce a certain level of work, you don't get to go into McDonald's and be making cheeseburgers and be like, hold on, that's my homie, or I know these people, so now I'm not going to take orders, or I'm not going to be the cashier. That's not how that works. Or I'm not going to sweep the floors because the hood and came in. That's not how that works. Business. Y'all are getting, regardless, you agreed to do it and you're getting paid for it. So you need to handle your job in a professional manner. Yes, you got a name, but at the same time, you're getting paid for a job. Now, let's go ahead and move forward.
I wrote country grammar.
Okay.
But we ain't
So,
gonna
so you write country grammar,
Right.
and you write it for Ali.
Right.
Okay. So why did you write him a record, and why not just do it yourself?
See, what happened was I was too ugly.
See, the reality is a lot of people don't want to have a discussion, but that definitely matters. Now, people can say, nah, you just got to do that. Milli Vanilli didn't write their music. Heck, they didn't even perform the music. Somebody else did, and they were just lip syncing it. A lot of people don't write their music. A lot of the most famous celebrities don't write their music. Aubrey Graham wasn't writing his music. And as you can see, it was all about the appeal. Because maybe at first he was, but later on he wasn't. And if Country Grammar would have came out and he was the face of Country Grammar, it would have changed the course of history, because it would have never came out. So like, there would have been no Nelly, there wouldn't have been no Kelly Rowland collabs, none of that stuff would have ever happened. Bruh, even the I Am #1, the Hot in Here, like, come on, man. None of these tracks would have hit like that. Now, they didn't say he wrote those, but I'm just saying, to put into perspective, his breakout joint was the Country Grammar. So if all of this was flipped around, could you imagine this dude being the face of any of them songs? Yeah, man, that wouldn't happen, bro. It wouldn't. And a lot of people be in denial. A lot of people want to be in denial and say, nah, that's not the case. But people want to say appeal does not sell. Come on, bro. Who we fooling? It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Appeal sells. Sex sells. Always has. Always will. Let's just keep it real.
Right? They needed somebody light-skinned. That was Jermaine Dupri said. He said, nah, he too ugly. So he's like, use Nelly. That's what I'm on. So they used Nelly. And he had the good voice. My voice really wasn't that good. Right? So it was kind of like a thing. Nelly go first. He's supposed to bring us up. You know that the Ticks came next.
Now, this guy I've never heard of, but there's a lot of situations like this to where this does happen. So, I mean, I believe him. I ain't saying that it's 100% true, but I do believe this happened because this literally sounds like a conversation that was had. And the thing is about the greater times when people were able to be honest and people weren't always saying, oh, you hating, you hating, you hating. You just charge it to the game, get better and accept it and play your part. But there's a lot of conflict these days where people feel as if they want to step out of position and not play their part. Well, that's why you keep failing. But anyways, let's go ahead and move forward and go to this next segment.
Nice. And I don't want to hear no red pillers ever talk to me about the importance of family creation and man and women this. Y'all not for that lifestyle. Nothing about this movement is for that.
And I say it time and time and time again, as well as Abba and Preach. But again, we just hating, right? We just hating.
And then also you have peace as well. Peace of mind, no arguments, no headaches.
Now, there's a thing too. Some of that is true. And that's where people get confused at, because some of the things that they say are true and it is a fact. But then they backdoor and hit you with the LTG action. You know what I'm saying? You'll say something that's so right here, but so wrong over there. So it's hard to distinguish which is right and which is wrong from people who don't really know the difference.
Listen, I'm all for having a girlfriend or having a girl you care about and you love, but she can live her own crib, bro. Get her another crib if you need to.
So on that other one, that's cool. But when you say you get another one, you get her another one, that's an additional bill. That's counterproductive. At that point, she might as well be there. That doesn't make any sense. So put her somewhere else that's going to essentially cost you anywhere from 18 to 20,000 a year. What kind of sense does that make?
Another apartment, live in your apartment. You guys come together whenever you're ready. You travel, go out.
They will never follow that. What they're saying, all they've been saying, they don't even follow that stuff.
No.
The consistency's been the same. Well, I say some shit that I don't even follow.
But we hating and we jealous, right? Yup, we hating. Mm-hmm.
It's been like that. So what makes you think this is going to be any different? Come on now, B.
If they don't want this extra house because it helps them grind more. If this is all about productivity and this and that, okay, your girl's not around, perfect. Why does it y'all spend so much time banging other women?
See, I don't even think y'all was paying attention. He just hit you with a bar right there. A lot of y'all that went over your head. See, you so caught up in this hype that you literally, people telling you straight up and what's being said ain't making no sense. But see, you so stuck in your way of, I gotta do it and have the upper hand my way. Listen to what these dudes is telling you, right? And y'all come over here saying we mad or whatever. All right, bro, whatever. If the woman is the issue, right? Let's say the woman in your space is the issue. Why are you on a sugar baby site? Why are you always on a quote unquote yacht hanging around all these women? Why are you constantly messing around with random women if women are the problem? That don't even make any sense. If you are lacking in productivity because a woman is around you, why are you surrounding yourself with women? Bruh, really? Think about it. Take a moment, think about it. Remember, I'm the rational voice. I'm the guy in the middle. I'm the reality to the situation. You ain't gotta like it. I'm telling you what it is. You have a problem with it? I accept that, no problem. You can live in your delusion. But that right there don't make any sense. And if you allow people like this to direct your life and tell you where you need to be going and what you need to be doing when they've been proven fraud time and time again, that's on you, bro. Don't get on the internet crying, fussing about what went left when these are the people you listen to. They don't even live by what they talk about at all.
Why is it that y'all spend so much time whoring around? What happened to productivity?
When you live with your girl, what's going to end up happening is you're going to start to inevitably become lazy, softer. Convenience breeds familiarity. Familiarity breeds contempt when it comes to females.
Oh, okay, right, bro. So it's the female's fault being around you is why you're not productive. No, that's weak. Boy, you almost let me cuss at you. That's weak behavior. As a man, where's your accountability? Again, I'll tell you, you watch these men who are unaccountable. As a man, it's your choice to make that decision to say, I'm gonna handle business or I'm not. It ain't got nothing to do with her being there. If you allow that woman to sway you from what you're supposed to be doing, then that's on you. You need to hold accountability for what you choosing not to do. But instead, what we gonna do, push the blame off, well, yeah, because the woman around, and then like you get like complacent, and then you be like, bro, that don't make a world, no, that doesn't matter. That's because you ain't a man. If you truly a man and you about your business, it don't matter who there. It is what it is. You gotta handle what you need to handle. But if you sit here and preach accountability, how hard you are on them, you need to be just as hard on yourself. You ain't doing nothing but breeding a bunch of soft ass men, and that's just the reality. And a lot of people might not like that. But hey, I'm the equal voice. I'm the one in the middle. I'm that voice on your side you don't want to hear, but it's okay. I'm glad you came to kick it and rock with your boy.
Girls want a guy that they can't rein in, that they can't control, that is mysterious. And a big part of you being able to maintain that attraction is by you not being too available.
Man, listen. All of this, I think this is such evidence that these guys have never been in proper loving relationships. That's all I hear when they talk.
What I know about is that the other day I was talking to Lewis Hamilton, the F1 driver. I was giving him tips to how to drive. You know what I mean? Like it's F1 and shit. And it's like, yo, you gotta do this and that. And, you gotta do. I never driven one. Right. Doesn't matter. That's these guys. Right. They never had the experience. I wouldn't know what it feels like to drive an F1. How am I gonna tell some people how to do it? They can catch girls here and there, but by paying for it, that's fine. Or whatever, the ones that they catch, they actually want something from them, money, you know what I mean? So it all comes to the same, but they never actually been in one, and that's what it sounds like.
And that's exactly my point, but we're not gonna drag this out. Now, I done told y'all once, I done told y'all twice. I done told you 3 to 4 times. I done had fraud alert. Cooley's ass got it too. But y'all, if you don't want to listen, it's on you. But say, when you sub to this channel and you're here, you're a person with rationale. You're a person of class. You know what I'm saying? You're part of the squad. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you having common sense. Because keep in mind, your stupidity affects other people. And yeah, man, that's really unfortunate. It's unfortunate people are stupid out here. I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing. People ain't stupid. Nah, people dumb as hell. I'm not playing. People are stupid. But if you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below like always. And in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one.